305.
He
So
got
you
his
know,
jersey up now.
you
He's
see.
up in the rafters.
All right, all right, all right. Up top, we say it's your boy Sean Spacely.
It's your boy Stemo.
And it's your girl, Bianca Pierce.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning on in. So just watch this. As you saw our special guest, Miss Bianca Pierre. Once again, we thank you for coming on in, taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us. We really appreciate it here at Up Top Podcast. So we're gonna go right into our next segment, which is the NBA. We're all about it. Yup. So now, as you can see, a few things happen along in the NBA, but we're just gonna dive into a couple. First things first, the trade deadline has officially been over. We can put the gong down for now. Players have been moved, jerseys have been changed, new faces in new spaces. Miss Peart, how do you feel, in your opinion, the trade deadline went?
I mean, it went, it went. Typically, the trade deadline, you hear like some blockbuster move, a huge all star players getting traded right before All Star week, and then they got to switch conferences, switch jerseys, all these things. The trade deadline was fine. I know, like with the new luxury tax, that obviously impacting how teams move, but it was fine. What I will say, I think, I wouldn't say ironically, but the team that I think really did a great job are the Knicks. The Knicks getting
I
Alex
agree.
Burks. Yeah,
Yes.
Alex Burks.
Yes.
He was a Knick, now he's back. And Bojan Bogdanovic. I had
Yes,
the
Bojan
pleasure.
Bogdanovic, yeah.
He's huge. I had the pleasure and honor of watching him when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. And when I work with the Nets, I still work at the Nets, but I've had the pleasure of watching him for about 3 seasons. He's such a sharp shooter. He's great with he's a great scorer. And I think, the Knicks need that depth and that versatility down the stretch. So I feel like that's a huge win. Instantaneously, allows them to be a contender, if you will, in the conference. So if they keep it up with OG was such a huge, huge trade from the Raptors, and the Knicks have done, crazy well with him. They probably only lost about 2 games out of the 15 or so that he's played since getting traded. So I'm excited to see the Knicks and that future the rest of the season. But I think they were like the ones who really made some noise and did like a quality trade. It was tough to get rid of Quentin Grimes because he was there last season, helped the team get into the playoffs and make first round win in over about 10 years or so. But excited to see where the Knicks go.
Honestly, Miss Bianca, I can agree with you 100% because really and truly, you gave Jalen Brunson a big target. He can play a big man, little man game with Bogdanovich. That
Yeah.
two-man game will definitely work out well for them because Bogdanovich being just a wall himself, like a wall, and you see the way Jalen Brunson can get on fire really easy. He's like a hot match. You strike him the right way, he's gonna blow you up for 50.
Yep.
So not gonna lie, it was surprising when I saw that it was Barrett that was on the chopping block. Being
Yeah.
homegrown being
Yeah.
homegrown in Brooklyn, growing with the New York fan base, MSG giving them love. But then again, it is a business, so we have to understand that aspect too. Money moves, money makes things work. Folks are looking for, the perfect piece to their perfect team that will take themselves, ultimately to the promised land, which is a championship. Steamer, what about you? Out of the take, what do you feel did well in the trades?
Well, I must say, yes, definitely the trade deadline has come and gone now. I thought it was going to be other big name stars that were going to get traded. A lot of people thought D'Angelo Russell was supposed to get traded. A lot of people really
Right?
thought that PJ Tucker was supposed to get traded. And, obviously the big trade last year before even the season started was Damian Lillard going to the Bucks. So
Yeah.
now, it's just interesting how he's actually gelled now with that team with Giannis and also Middleton and everyone else. But, a trade that actually happened prior to the deadline, I felt like was the Miami Heat trading Kyle Lowry for Terry
Wow.
Rozier.
Woo,
Yes.
that was
We
woo.
needed that. We needed that. Shout out to Pat.
That's hard though. I'm a Philly, Kyle Lowry. Yeah, it's hard
Ah,
to see that,
Yeah.
but
we can
I
understand.
get it. I get it. It's great for the Heat. They need that energy and that versatility. So, whew,
Yeah, so
sad.
definitely that was one of the highlights for me, seeing that trade happen. Definitely I hope Terry Rozier continues to perform well like he did in Charlotte, and actually helps the Heat get better in scoring as well as defensively as well. So other the trades than that, obviously I did see Buddy Hield getting traded to the Sixers, so that should be a
Yeah.
good piece for them to
That
help
is going to be
out.
interesting. That is
Yeah,
going to be
Yeah.
interesting for sure.
absolutely. And other role players that are actually on the teams as well that are getting traded. So can't name everybody, but of course, most importantly, we were waiting to see like a big name, and I don't think it actually happened this time. So we'll just have have to
You
see
know,
how after now that the deadline is over, we'll see which team actually really wants it more. But the Knicks definitely did well. I definitely think the structure of that team is getting better. So we'll see how everyone else actually does.
because just to chime on in, I just realized here the Toronto Raptors just got Kyle Olynyk from the Utah Jazz. So it's like small names are making small moves from one place to another. They're getting themselves going. For another example, the Jazz just got Otto Porter Jr. From the Toronto Raptors. So not too many big names was going places. Dennis Schroeder just came to Brooklyn. So shout out to Brooklyn. You guys got Dennis Schroeder from the Toronto Raptors. Same thing with getting Thaddeus Young, and
Yeah,
in
that is,
return, Spencer Dinwiddie is the one that has to say, peace out, Brooklyn. I'll see you next time. But to me, getting Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young, that's
that's
not a bad
big.
pickup. That's
That's
not a
really
bad
big.
pickup at all. There are
Mm-hmm.
some small names that are making big waves
Mm-hmm.
I
in
agree.
their respectful pace in their respectful places. Now, for me, the biggest surprise, but not so surprising, was Pat Bev.
With the
Pat Bev,
Bucks, right?
yeah, with him going to the Bucks on top of they have Drew Holiday, they have Damian Lillard,
Mm.
so it's like
Well, Drew
really
Holiday
good.
got traded to
Right,
Boston,
right.
so
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you,
that was for
thank you,
Dame.
sir. I got
They got rid of Robin Lopez. They got rid of one of the twins.
See,
Uh,
Mm.
he's gone too. So it's like that's what blew me was the small names making big waves in a way for them because I thought the Lopez brother was gonna stay because Giannis has his bigger older brother, Theonis. He still has him on the team. So I thought they were big on brothers playing together. But then I
yes.
always go back to the saying, it's a business. You want to spend your money where you can get that profit come postseason. Because in my opinion, the Pat Beverly situation, I feel like he's just gonna be a dog in the locker room. But I don't know how much of a dog he's gonna be for the East Coast on the floor with Milwaukee because he can't just tell Damian Lillard what to do, and he can't just tell Giannis what to do. So I
I think
hope they
he'll
can
be
fit him.
clutch. I think he'll be clutch, like filling in, right? They're gonna need the breaks. It's a playoffs. It's a battle out there. So I think he'll be great, like a great breather for them. So
Mm-hmm.
and that energy that they need, because the Bucks are kind of, they're kind of like go with the flow. They don't
Yeah,
really cause, much. That you need that energy person. You need
exactly.
that person to rile people up.
Yeah. So
So
that's what I feel. I agree with you on that, Miss Bianca. I feel like he is going to rile up the locker. That's for sure. Kind of like what the OG Udonis Haslam did for our Heat, where he was
yeah,
that voice in the locker room. He was the one letting you know, hey, we about to chop on this. I need y'all to go out there and be some road dogs, beat these dudes, punch them in the mouth. Cause you know the OG. He born and bred Miami-Dade County. So Mr. 305.
he
So
got his jersey up now.
you
He's
see,
up in the rafters. That's a
well
blessing.
deserved.
That's
He
Black
has
History Edition, everyone.
well deserved. He's our second player that we drafted to have his number retired in the Raptors. Because we retired Alonzo, but a lot of people didn't know Alonzo actually came from the Hornets. We acquired him back in the time when we had Tim Hardaway Sr. So
mm,
it's big for us to see Wade, someone we drafted, and then UD, someone that we put into the Heat after the draft was over. So these are our products. So our number 3 and number 40, they belong to us. They don't come from nowhere else. So they paving the way
claim
for
it.
got to.
Claim it.
Got to, because they paving the way for Bam. We know when it's all said and done, Bam number 15 going up and 13 going up into the rafters. But now we're gonna switch gears and go into All Star. Because All Star is coming on up. Got some interesting, starters, some interesting reserves and things like that. Just to name a few, just to put it out there. Stemo, how do you feel about this year's version of the All Star game?
Oh wow! Thanks, basically, for definitely that input there. Basically, this All Star Edition and Bianca, I think, is going to be a history in the making. We're getting back to the old school East versus West format. Obviously, these last couple of years, we've been seeing the captains, LeBron or Giannis or whoever, drafting their own players. But now it's back to the old school tradition of East versus West, and they're going to be playing, I believe, in Indianapolis this year. So Bianca, like, I mean, already, like the All Star is just one of those moments where everybody gets involved, and it's just highlights of dunks and 3 pointers and
A
you name
vibe.
it. Like, oh man,
It's a
I
vibe. I'm
mean,
looking most forward to the
mhm.
3-point contest with Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. That is like
It's gonna be
game
lit.
changing.
It's
Mm.
gonna be lit.
It's going to be beautiful. And I love that they're allowing the fans to vote on who will shoot last, because I don't want it to be
Yes.
like, oh, let them
Uh,
win, let them win. Like they're dogs. They're Sabrina.
is a
Psh,
dog. Is a
obviously,
Great
Mamba
shooter.
mentality, Miss
is a
Mamba
dog.
mentality. She's not
Is
gonna
a
let
dog.
nothing go easy. So I'm so thrilled to see this. And it's a great way to showcase a woman's game. The women are so talented. They need their
Exactly.
stage. They need their space. So I'm so glad the NBA is taking advantage and showcasing this on like the highest platform, which is All Star Weekend.
Awesome. Yeah. We're definitely looking forward to it, especially, halftime shows that are going to happen, as well as the performances, as well as obviously the dunk contest. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. I believe one of our own Miami Heat, James Hawkins, is going to be a part of it.
Yes.
We're going to see exactly how this really shapes out. But a 3-point contest, like you said, Bianca, should be phenomenal. I'm
It's
looking
gonna be
forward to
lit. For me, I'm looking forward to the skills challenge. I've always been a fan of point guards. I've always been a fan of the backcourt from the beginning. Shout out to CP3 and AI for their things back in the day, and of course our boy D Wade for bringing one home. So I'm looking forward to the skills challenge. I want to see what Donovan Mitchell and others, how how they can work well when you don't have it's not a player in front of you, but it's just showing off your abilities and your way to be very elusive on the floor. So I am looking forward to the skills challenge for sure. But
And that's hard.
that 3 point contest is going to be lit. Yes, the skill challenge may be hard, but I feel like this 3 point contest is going to be. You got two scorers, you got two people that don't put the ball in their hands because it's hitting the sky within
Yep,
seconds. They don't keep that ball in their hands for too long. And I've watched some of her highlights. She is a dog.
she
She
is.
is a dog. She is going to let Steph know it may be all fun and games, but she come to win.
Oh yeah, she's coming to win. Shout out to New York Liberty. I'm wearing my seafoam green, if you will,
All
and
right. Whoop,
excited to
whoop.
see them come back. They had a great season last year. Didn't pan out how they wanted, but they championship contenders. Sabrina's repping for the league for the W. We also have Asia Wilson, who's going to be doing the coaching the celebrity game.
She a
Drew
dog.
Loyal, Natasha
She
Cloud will be playing. It's gonna be nice. I love seeing the women integrated into the men because again, we belong, we're talented, and we are all deserving to be on that big stage.
I was gonna say you hit the nail around the head because I feel like now just those phenomenal women you named alone, I feel like they have transformed the WNBA to the point where the NBA has to see them. The NBA has to take notice, and the NBA has to collab because I was telling Stemo in a previous podcast or in a previous talk off screen, the WNBA is here. Give it maybe 1 or 2 more years and they will fully take over. But I believe after this All Star break, this will propel them where they need to go.
They here already. Y'all just gotta catch up. Y'all gotta catch up.
it.
Yeah, honey.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad, ma'am. My bad. My
No, but
bad.
I definitely want to also, chime into what Spacey said, especially being a female athlete. It plays a lot, in today's role, and especially for Black female athletes. And we want to definitely appreciate, our Black queens out there, well, that are listening to our podcast as well, watching us. And I believe it was a yesterday or the day before National Girls and Women's Sports Day.
Yes.
So we want to salute here at Up Top Podcast all the women and girls that actually have played a role into the sports day and age right now, and especially you, Miss Bianca, to be able to appreciate, the industry right now as well as what's going on into it. We definitely appreciate all the women and the girls that have played a role into the sports industry, especially you being a reporter, and definitely want to give you guys your flowers here.
I
For sure.
receive. I receive. I receive. We all
Yes.
receive.
Yes. So just to top it on off with all this for Black History Month. Of course, we want to celebrate one of our figurative Black males in the game of basketball, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant. So they revealed his statue yesterday, and not gonna lie to you, I had certain thoughts about what statue I would have loved for him to have. I would have loved for him to have the turnaround fadeaway. I would have loved for a couple of his highlight dunks, especially when he dunked on certain players. But they chose the one where he dropped 81 points against the I believe either the
The
Nets
rap.
or the Raptors.
It was the Raptors. Yeah.
Raptors. Thank you, Miss Bianca. So to me, I love it because it already immortalizes who we feel Kobe Bryant is to us. He is Mr. LA. He is Laker. He is purple and gold. No better way to top it all off for this man than this statue here. How about you, Miss Bianca? How do you feel?
I think it's beautiful, right? This is just the beginning. There's going to be a few more statues that will be. And, I think what's, again, the testament to Kobe and who he is the foresight, the fact that he identified his statue well before he knew it was gonna, come to this point. I think is huge, and it's it would be nice. It's unfortunate we're not really able to know like the backstory as to why that statue specifically, but I think again there's a story there. It's sentimental, it's personal. And I'm glad that he picked the statue because I wouldn't want someone else to pick it. So there's a personal thing there that we may not know, but it's personal and it's real. And we get to see it. And I think it's beautiful. I can't wait to see the future statues, especially the one with Gigi, him and Gigi. So I love it.
Teardrop on that one. What about you, Steve? How do you feel about the Black Mamba statue?
Oh man, amazing. I must say, just it's an honor to actually witness this history here, especially here at Up Top Podcast. We salute to the late Kobe Bean Bryant and as well as his daughter Gigi that actually made a big impact in the sports world, not just playing the game of basketball, but overall in general in life. What Kobe has done has so much history and passion behind what he has done outside of basketball as well, and impacted the world. So for him to actually get recognized in this nature right now, being a Hall of Famer now, and also now having a statue immortalized in the Lakers arena, it says a lot. It says a lot of testament about what he's done for the game, and as well as not just getting one statue, but he's going to be getting three, y'all. So I'm looking forward to seeing the other two statues, but salute to the late Kobe Bryant,
All right.
2824. We'll always remember that date.
Forever. Forever. I love what the league has done for him in general too. Like how they changed the whole shot clock format, changed like different things to just permanently cement the kind of man that Kobe Bryant was to us, not only in the game, but out of the game. And not to mention just his mentality. The Mamba mentality, folks, in the beginning thought we were just saying it because of Kobe, but no, it is a mindset. When we heard the type of words and wisdom Kobe had when he wasn't just playing, but also, keeping his body healthy, making sure he had regulated routines, making sure that he was always prepared to play a game. That also transcend to others out of the game of basketball. So
Well
in Black
said,
History Month,
Casey.
no other person that we definitely miss for sure. If you're a fan of the game, a fan of his, or a fan of the team, we'll always remember Mr. Kobe Bryant. Thank everyone for tuning on in. We're now going to get right into our motivational quotes because here at Up Top, we always want to keep it positive, keep it upbeat. I'm going to let Stemo go ahead and start us on off.
Yes, so here at Up Top Podcast, we always want to make sure to give you guys our inspirational quotes and words of wisdom. So I have my own personal quote here from the late great Bob Marley. Rest in peace to Bob, and salute to all his work that he's done, especially in the music industry. I definitely have one that says, "Open up your eyes, look within. Are you satisfied with the life you're living?" That is a quote that means a lot because here today we have to understand what our purpose is, and we want to make sure that we live it, we actually seek it and we actually find it, and when we do those things, everything will present itself. So that's something that I definitely wanted to make sure that you guys are always remembering to seek first. Everything that you actually manifest, it will happen.
Hmm.
What about you, Miss Bianca? Do you
I
have a
love
quote that you
that.
want to leave
A
us with?
quote. You're putting me on the spot. A quote. I mean, you spoke about purpose, and I think again, like mental health and mental wellness. That's like my bread and butter. Understanding who we are. So my quote would be from the late great Chadwick Boseman, Mr. Black Panther, Mr. Jackie Robinson, Mr. Everything.
Our king, our king.
Yes, yes.
Wakanda forever.
His quote, I can't remember, recall where it was, but Chadwick Boseman's quote essentially was like, you should rather find purpose than a job or a career. And purpose crosses disciplines. I think that's so important because like we think you're supposed to be in one box. For me, I work a whole full-time job in education. I also work a whole full-time situation in sports and media and entertainment. And his quote continues to say something along the lines of purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason why you're at this planet at this particular moment in history, and your very existence is wrapped up in the things you're here to fulfill. So, whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggle along the way, and you're only meant to do and what's shaped for you and your purpose. So, tapping into your purpose, Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P. I'm telling you, all these quotes, our quotes is deep. To end mine, mine's gonna come from the late great Baba found too. But the one I feel that is gonna really resonate with everyone. Don't game the world and lose your soul because wisdom is better than silver and gold. Sit
Mm.
right there. That one is with the
Wow.
moment I first heard Bob say that in an interview, it struck me because at the end of the day, folks never thought he was a spiritual man. Folks never understood Bob's life. So Bob was always that deep into his spiritual bringing. And to me, I feel the same way. Wisdom is something that you can't buy it. You can't purchase it. It doesn't have a name brand on it. It's something you have to go out there and find and seek. But at the same time, enjoy the journey before the destination. And I feel like that's what Bob was trying to let people understand too is like, yes, silver and gold, understand that's money, that's worth it. But why would you gain that and then lose who you are inside? So,
Wow.
once
That's
again,
deep.
That is
telling you,
very deep.
appreciate that. Appreciate you all as well at Up Top Podcast. Once again, want to give a big shout out to Miss Bianca Peart for stopping on in, gracing us with her time. We appreciate you and everything that you've done. We wish you nothing but success. We wish you but nothing but blessings moving forward in both of your career endeavors.
Yeah, so
Thank
we
you
want to
very
go
much.
ahead and, oh, yes, definitely. Want to go ahead and give you your flowers, of course, again, for taking the time to work with us here at Up Top Podcast. Definitely want to go ahead and give our shout outs before we end the segment here. So, any shout outs, Bianca, that you want to go ahead and show out?
Shout out to my mother. Shout out to my
Hey.
mom. She holds it down. She's the reason why I'm here today and who I am because she just cares so much. I'm her only child and the sacrifices she put in, coming from Jamaica, that's my ride or die. And my other shout out is my grandmom. You see her there, that my cousin made that mosaic of her.
Come on, mommy.
Um,
Respect, mommy.
yeah.
Respect,
Respect.
mommy.
So
Hmm.
shout out to my grandmama. Rest in paradise.
Yes, mommy.
All
Yes,
right.
mommy. She,
What
she,
about
she
you, Mr.
definitely. Oh,
Spacely?
you already know. Always shouting out the clan. Shout out the clan any way I can. Shout out to my brothers, of course, my brother Stemo as well too. Well, we're gonna shout out Up Top Podcast team at the end of the day. But mostly, shout out to Miss Bianca and shout out to Kamar. I have to shout out to the both of y'all because you took your time out to come and check out us here at Up Top Podcast. From what we're gathering, you like what you see with us, so we respect that. So I want to give my shout outs back to y'all. Shout out to Kamar for holding us down with the editing, and shout out for you for giving us, a few minutes of your day.
Yeah. Shout out
Yes,
to Kamar.
yes.
Shout out to Deannie. Shout out to Eisen, the Johnson family.
All
That's
right.
right. That's right.
Yes, and I'm gonna just go ahead and shout out, of course, first and foremost, my family. Of course, you guys here at Up Top Podcast, Sean Spacely, Tsunami, but of course, Miss Bianca, I definitely want to shout you out as well. Definitely, thank you so much for taking the time to grace your presence with us today. And for those who are listening and watching us as well, make sure you guys follow her on all her social media platforms. She is definitely going big, and she's going to the top. You guys stay tuned. She has so much more coming soon. So, we can't give you all the good details. You just got to watch. But yes, definitely want to go ahead and watch this. Shout out to, again, everyone that's going to have a great, enjoyable Black History Month. Definitely those who actually are working hard. Remember, you're always going to have your hard work pay off. So continue to rise to the occasion, continue to rise to the top. Shout out to those who actually are going to also, watch the great Bob Marley movie that's supposed to be coming out soon. So we want to go ahead and give them, the Marley family, a shout out as well for their efforts on making this film. Hopefully, it's a success and a great piece for everybody to watch. And that's history in the making. So, here at Up Top, we actually definitely thank everyone for taking the time to watch us. Every single episode that we drop, make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms,
Yep.
Up Top Podcast. Definitely we thank Kamar as well for giving us the platform as well to have you on our presence. And stay tuned. We got some apparel coming soon as well.
Woo, woo.
We got
I'm
you, by the way, Miss Bianca, to
Yep.
wear our jumpsuits whenever you get the chance. I know it's kind of chilly up there in New York, so definitely gonna need one of those.
cannot wait to swag it out.
Yes,
Yes. So once again, it's your boy Sean Spacely.
it's your boy Stemo.
It's your girl Bianca Peart. It was a pleasure to be on Up Top, and we
Up
going to the
top.
top.